What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Today is Sunday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday, July 2nd, 2023. It is 11:45 in the morning. I'm on my way to an emergency service call in Oceanside. I have an existing client. First floor central air conditioning system is not working, and they requested emergency service. We're technically closed until Wednesday, July 5th. Friday morning, all the guys were at the shop, and I said, listen, enjoy the 4-day weekend because you're off Monday and Tuesday. So I practice what I preach. If I go out on a weekend, I'd expect my guys to go out on a weekend. If I go out on a day off, I'd also expect my guys to go out on a day off. But when an emergency does come in, I typically do go out and get the job done and making sure the customer is satisfied. That's my job. That's my obligation as the boss, as the owner. Gotta get it done. So we're gonna go to this customer's location. I had him check the outdoor unit, make sure the system wasn't frozen up, because if it was, really not much I could do. I'm not gonna sit there with a heat gun or a torch or a hair dryer. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So if the system's frozen, I'm not going out. She goes to the thermostat, nothing's coming out of the vents, nothing's turning on outside. She sees her two HVAC units outside, or two condensing units. She was, oh, one pipe has a little bit of wetness to it, so that's condensing, so you know that one was probably the other floor. So let's go see what's going on, guys. Smash that thumbs up button in advance, and if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. There's no cost or obligation, and you really help the channel grow. All right, guys, let's go see what's going on with this air conditioning system for the first floor for this lady's home. All right. All of these circuit breakers are on, except for jacuzzi. Those as well. Sometimes they could look like they're in the middle, but they're tripped and off, but they're all good. All right, let's get into the crawl space. Yeah. What? No, we're closed for the weekend. So the boss goes out if emergency comes in. Is there a light switch in here in this crawl space? Is there a light switch in the crawl space? No lights? Oh, see some water. I got water. We have... She's not blowing. Hope she's not frozen. Float switch. Looks like this float was stuck. I guess we got a clogged drain. Well, if we did, she's not clogged anymore. Hold on. I hear something going in here. The system is running. She probably was frozen. Let's reconnect this. Okay, back to there. See? I'm gonna guess she's frozen. Let's go back out. All right. Come on. There we go. Latch. Oh, tell me I'm working on the wrong system. I hope not. Damn it. You don't have to. All right. Now my other unit is on. So working on this system here. We installed this unit to replace an existing condensing unit a number of years ago. I want to say probably about 2 years ago. Let's see. Date on here? No, none that I see. There we go. 2020. And we have not been here since then servicing any of these units. Let's feel discharge here coming out of the top is good. Our coil, well, she's dirty. Let me show you. Wow. Hold on. Yep. She's wearing a fur coat. So something we want to take care of, but not today as an emergency. Question is, maybe the system is frozen. That's why no air is coming out of the vents. All right, I removed that access cover right there, guys. You're gonna want to see this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. That's a lot of ice. So you had asked, how does this ice occur? Yeah. Right? So air conditioning does two things. First thing it does is it extracts the heat from the air. Doesn't make the air colder, it takes the heat out of the air. Yes. Number two is that it also removes humidity. Okay. So now picture a car radiator. I'm sure you know what one looks like. Most people know what a car radiator looks like, right? But it has antifreeze going through, right? It keeps the engine cool, right? So picture you have this car radiator inside the box in the crawl space. Okay. Air comes into it from where the filter is. That's the return air. And as air goes across this car radiator, which is very cold, it takes the humidity out, and the humidity forms as condensation water on the coil, on the car radiator. If that coil is below freezing, 32 degrees, that humidity that's trying to remove from the air immediately freezes, right? And then a sheet of ice occurs. So now instead of air going through the coil, ice is now there blocking the air from going through, so now you have no air coming out of the vents, yet the system's still running, right? The compressor doesn't know this is running, and it's actually the number one reason for compressor failures, a dirty filter, because a dirty filter will give you less airflow. Less airflow, not enough air going across that car radiator, and it freezes up. Okay, gotcha. Make sense?
This is a new one.
This is the new one?
Yeah. I gave it to him, and he couldn't put it on, and I said, leave it alone.
No, these are two new ones.
This is an extra
one. Gotcha.
I just bought it the last time when I did it.
No one needs to be here when we come back for one of two reasons. Number one is that the cool is on. Okay, we're gonna hold it for 65 degrees. No one's gonna touch this thermostat. Okay, the fan is on. And what I did outside, I unplugged the power outside. So now, even though it's getting a signal to turn on, the compressor's not running. So that way it allowed the ice to melt. So when we come back here later in the week, we plug it back in and we can see if everything is normal. Make sense? Totally. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So another satisfied customer. Well, not really. System's frozen. Gave him some instruction and told him, listen, I'll be back later in the week. That's got to take a couple days to melt. And maybe Tuesday, which is the 4th of July, maybe Tuesday it'll be melted, but I'll come back on Wednesday. One little tech tip here is that we left the thermostat on the set to cool, fan to on, and we set it to 65, and I pushed the hold button, right? And I told her, listen, make sure no one touches the thermostat, because if we come back and you're not home and someone turns it off, well, then you're going to have to find a way to get us into the house. And very rare is there occasion where we climb through a window to gain access to a house. It's happened before, ladies and gentlemen. I've had customers lock themselves out of their house, bringing me to their garage to show me their tankless combi boiler, and lock themselves out of the house. So that wasn't cool. All right, while I was there, I got another emergency service call come in. This one, a system that we replaced last year as a replacement system. We put in a carrier, and it's a very unique condition space that the unit services. So stick around, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. All right, we are at our next service call. Let's see what's going on. So I haven't rung the doorbell yet, but this is the condensing unit that we installed last year. like to put my ear up against the electrical compartment to see if I hear the contactor pulled in, especially if the unit's not running. I don't hear anything. Looks fairly clean. You know, it was put in a year ago. Nice water view right there, by the way. All right, so you've been waiting for this, so let me show you what makes this unique.
Of course, I was on the other side of the house.
How are you, ma'am?
Good. How are you?
Thank God, you?
Oh, I hope okay.
All right, I'm gonna go see why the system.
All right, let me just tell you what's what.
Tell me.
It's upstairs there.
Yes.
And as long as you're here, if you don't mind checking the rest of the house there.
I'd rather focus on the emergency because we're
Okay.
close for the
No
weekend,
problem.
but
Okay.
I can easily schedule something for during the week.
No problem.
Okay.
Let me just show you which way.
I know where it is.
Oh,
I've been here before.
oh, okay. I'm sorry, what's your name?
I'm Mike.
Mike?
Yes.
I have a Michael, I know.
Okay. All right, let's go upstairs.
If it's easier to go through the garage.
We'll see what's going on first.
Okay.
Thank you. It's kind of hot up here. Yep. All right, let's see the thermostat. Thermostat is. Yep, right here. Okay. Understood. Who turned off the thermostat? Ooh. That's not a good thing. That is not a good sign. So, first thing I'm looking for is any oil residue. When we installed this, we used to use Stay Bright 8. So everything there looks fine. That's our low pressure switch going off and killing power to the contactor. So, oh man, hopefully we don't have a major leak here. You know what? Let me check my gauges first. All right, our system is low on refrigerant. I'm going to add 3 pounds. And I know that this is not the preferred way of doing this. The preferred way of doing it is identify where the leak is. I'm doing this strictly because it is a weekend. There's an emergency. They have a lot of fish up on that floor. And with the high temperature, I need to make that room cool as quickly as possible. Otherwise, the fish could die. So I'm dumping in the refrigerant. Hopefully it doesn't take a ton of weight to get this up and running. But then we'll schedule a service call during the week and look for the leak. Now, again, I'm going to get hated on, but I'm doing this to prevent loss of the aquatic life that's up there. And I'm going to show you, again, what's up there. So let me show you what's up here, guys. We got fish, and more fish. Giant cathedral ceiling. There's our ductwork supplying cold air. We have koi. I look hungry. I don't know, can you overfeed koi? You probably could. Let me stop feeding them. It is pretty cool. Yep. All right. Looks like we have cichlids. It's pretty cool stuff. This tank up. I knew there was something in there. Yeah, a few of them in there. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Oh, didn't notice that, almost busted my ass. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that I gave you the tour and what I'm trying to preserve as far as life goes, let me show you my Testo 557 digital refrigeration manifold and show you my low side, my high side, and my subcooling, because I have a TXV system. And then we're going to play a guessing game. How many pounds did I add? All right, I am at 11.8 degrees of subcooling. I don't want to be that high, but I may have to recover some. Looks like I overcharged. Can you see the screen? Yeah, looks like I overcharged a little bit. I gotta recover some. All right, there's my recovery tank. I ended up taking out a pound. Took out a pound of refrigerant. 7.3, 7.4, 7.5 degrees of subcooling. My suction line, well, she's beer can cold because she's sweating. So, bad news is that we have a major leak here. The good news is the fish shall not perish.